Hello everyone, this is Deborah. Welcome back. Today I'm doing another in my Inspired By series, and this one is in the same Somerset Studio magazine, but this time I'm pushing myself out of my comfort zone. So this article here is called Pretty in Petals, and it's all in these gorgeous lovely soft blues and pinks, and the article is by Christina Roth. So what she's talking about in this article is she got some petals that were coming off her tree and started spreading them on the ground and making letters out of them that you can see here, and taking photos of those letters. And then she was inspired on that basis to make this very florally looking little book. She's also used some pieces of vintage doilies and things, vintage linens that she's used from the edge of those. And so my challenge today is to get into these florally pinky blue colours, which is not something that I usually use. However, I looked through my stash and found that what I purchased, and I'd forgotten that I'd even done this some time ago, was a 6x6 paper pack from Maya Designs. That's M-A-J-A, and it's Denim and Girls, and what it is all pale blues and pinks and florals and very girly. So I'm not sure why I purchased this, to tell you the truth. I was trying to think how come it ended up in my stash, but it did. So I'm not going to dwell on why. I guess it took my fancy at the time, but really nothing that I normally would pick up or use. So there must have been something that hit me and I went, gotta have that. So this is what I'm working with today to create something that is all pinky, bluey, florally and girly. Okay, let's see if we can get a start here. So these are only a 6x6 paper pad, and again, why did I buy that? No idea, but I'm stuck with them now. I want to use them. I've paid money for them, so I may as well see what I can do with them. I've been thinking quite long and hard about this over a few days actually, and what I've come up with is to not treat them like they're a 6x6 paper pad, but rather to treat them as a substrate that I can work on top of. So of course I could cut them in half, which is what I've done here with this one, and make a little journal. So that would give me a 3x6 inch journal. But I write big, so it's probably not the best thing for me to do. So instead I pulled out one of my trusty file folders, and I'm going to make something with this. This file folder, or manila folder that we call it here in Australia, is around about 13 inches by about 9, and this piece is about 10 inches wide. What can I do with it? The paper's a 6x6, and I probably want something that's going to sit inside of it, and then maybe 3. So first of all I'm going to start by chopping it off so that it is 9.5 inches long. I'm thinking that might be a reasonable size, and once I've done that we'll see what the next step is, because I am winging it, absolutely winging it here. Just got this idea in my head of something that's 6 by, what have I got in total surface? So I've got 9.5 by 9. So if I make it 6x6, and then probably 3, folded in 3, so I might sort of score it at the 9-inch mark. I'll just go and cut it down and work from there. This is my trusty scoreboard. I've got the straight edge that I'm putting in here. What have I got? 9, 6, 3 9s are 18, 6. I'm going to score it at the 6.5 inches. And then I'm going to come in from the other end and score it at the six-inch mark. Now I have a folder that will divide by 3 and hopefully should still fit that on there. Pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. And then this piece here I have got left open a little bit. I'm probably going to first of all put a tab on here. I do love a tab. It's 9.5 inches long. I'm going to put the tab on the piece that is sticking out, so that for this at the moment is the back piece. And I'm going to go across, let's see, 3 inches and then flip it over and do another 3 inches, remembering I've got this corner, so I have to equate for that. Another couple of punches so I've got something to line it up against when I'm cutting it down. Cut away the excess, so I've now got a tab here, and I think I might do a tab up here too. Why not? I want it at the top, so I'm probably going to do it at the, let's say, 4-inch mark. Cut the excess away here. The papers are actually really pretty. This one's got little gym shoes on it in pinks and blues, and they're double-sided, so you can choose which either side of them that you want. I'm going to go with something fairly strong on this front cover. I would normally go for a stripe, but let's push myself and let's go for something like this. Use glue to stick this down, but I'm just choosing some double-sided tape instead. It's your preference, really. And at this point, I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for, but I'm sure it will all be clear as I work my way through it. And then at the end, hopefully I'll have a project that is something that I would never normally work in. And it's nice to push yourself out of your comfort zone, isn't it? I think so. So this piece down the bottom leaves me about 3¼ inches. So you just need to determine if you want it butting up against that or if you want it down further. And I think I'm going to choose to leave a little space between them and then curve this edge while I'm at it. I think I'm going to do some layering on this page here. Let's see how we can get some layering happening. This piece here's got some really sweet little flowers on them. Oh, upside down. And some writing. It says, "You're a star." I think I can do something with that, yeah. I quite like the idea of putting sort of a little collage-y thing on the front here. My heart's going the wrong way. Does that matter? Unfortunately it does to me, so I have to turn them up the other way. And I do want to have something under here. That one's got to go on top. When you're collaging, just look at what feels balanced and feels good to you. So you can see now I've kind of got that sort of thing happening, and what I'm going to do is, just to keep it in place, I'm going to put a little bit of glue stick on there, and then a little bit more glue stick on here. Make sure I'm happy with it, because while the glue stick's there you can probably pull it up again. Okay, and now I'm just going to use the sewing machine to give that some texture and definition. I've just sewed around the 3 pieces. I think it just gives it a bit of a better look, a bit more polished, a bit more finished. Of course, you don't have to be bothered doing that if you don't want to. I like sewing, and sewing paper is always fun. Just trim those ends. Oh, one more. And again, you don't even have to cut the bits off. I often don't when I'm doing things. That looks quite good. Stick this down.